Let's see what's going on where the rumours concerning football clubs are concerned, people. Mohamed Salah has hinted that his contract running out next summer could signal his final Premier League campaign. Boy, we'd have to see exactly what's being said there. Fabrizio Romano has said Salah and Liverpool not over at all. What Liverpool fan would want it to be over? As you imagine, it's very peculiar surrounding Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Van Dijk over their contracts. They've been off to a great start this season on slot side in their post-Jurgen Klopp era. Liverpool have to discuss with Mo Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the same will happen obviously with Van Dijk. So talks will follow to understand the future of these players. As of today, it's not over at all between Liverpool and Salah. Talks will follow, and we'll see how those discussions will go on the project, on contract, the length of the contract, and obviously money and salary. Considering what Mohamed Salah's 31, 32 odd now, still doesn't look that, obviously there's probably some element of declining, but he's still one of the best players in the world and definitely the best option you can get on the right hand side, arguably in the Premier League, if it's not Bukayo Saka, in which Salah is great for Liverpool, and I'm sure they would love it to be done. Some reports say not done, sorry. Some reports say his little daughter is actually quite comfortable in Liverpool and she's considered a Liverpudlian, which from a lifestyle point of view makes sense. I wonder how many little Liverpool babies or early kids are called Mo as well. This is always very important, and so conversations are set to take place, and then we'll understand the final future of Mo Salah. Now, I wonder if you was a Liverpool fan, which I'm not, you can see the club, what player would they want to keep and which one are they the most open to letting go? I would think if I was a Liverpool fan, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's come through the academy, he's younger, etc., etc. I think maybe Liverpool fans have probably accepted Mohamed Salah moves on at one point. But I would say Van Dijk, but then again, you lose a great centre half. I think they would be more open to keeping Salah. Trent first, Salah second, Van Dijk third, not to discredit Van Dijk by any stretch of the imagination. The 33-year-old Van Dijk has said for him and for where Holland and Liverpool are concerned, at both teams, I'm still Virgil van Dijk, the big leader, and I certainly want to remain that for the next 2 years. So he wants to play 2 years at the top, and he came a long way back from his ACL, which we forget he had. I am human. I have emotions too. You start thinking all kinds of things, especially after a game like the elimination by England at Euro 2024 in the very last minute. I also understand that it came across unclear how I stood in all of this, because after the match, I was so disappointed and full of emotion. Perhaps came across as if it had been my last international match. I did have doubts that night, and I did hint at that, which is sad. You don't want to see that. It's very good that I went on holiday the next day, was able to spend time with my children, my family, which is the most important thing in my life. I was able to share it, and then very quickly things calmed down. Unfortunately, time moves on. I'm not going to harp on about what he did at the Euros, people, but there you have that. Kelly of Liverpool said he wants to be number one. Apparently, Trent Alexander-Arnold has rejected Liverpool's contract offer. Now, you got to remember, I don't know how long they've been negotiating for, but this is probably mind games by his agent, and I do think they'll come to a conclusion. Although Trent Alexander-Arnold, along with Alphonso Davies, are both linked with Real Madrid. Real Madrid love a free transfer, innit? Trent has reportedly turned down a contract offer from Liverpool as Real Madrid's circle for the 25-year-old. Allegedly, is a primary target, and it's been described as a stalemate. I think he'll sign a new deal. Naturally, you want, Trent's 25 now. You want a big contract. You want to see what the long-term project is. And you probably want to, one, listen to the interest from Real Madrid, but two, probably use that interest to get you a better deal at Liverpool. The longer it runs down, his contract, that is, the better it gets for him. Apparently, Thomas Tuchel reportedly rejected the chance to manage Man United due to disagreements over the proposed transfer policy. He would have been great. I'm pretty sure Chelsea fans, Maresca's doing all right, but I'm pretty sure Chelsea fans miss him. Thomas Tuchel would have been great. Probably would have been upset with the recruitment strategy, although at Man United, it looks like they're trying to change things in that. We all know he left Bayern Munich at the end of last season. He was tipped to head to Old Trafford, and apparently he even met in Monaco with Jim Radcliffe, in Monaco, to share his potential plans for the club. However, despite a lengthy end-of-season review from that same Ineos group, United ultimately decided to stick with Ten Hag and trigger a contract extension, despite a deeply disappointing season that saw the club finish in 8th. And according to Blind, Tuchel was actually extremely close to replacing Ten Hag in the dugout at Old Trafford, but clearly there was a disagreement over the transfer structure, and naturally it wouldn't make sense. Clearly Ten Hag's willing to work with that, and they spent 200 million in the summer transfer market, signing Lenny Yoro, De Ligt, Mazwari, Ugarte, and Joshua Zirkzee. as well, people. So yeah, they also failed to get rid of Casemiro. He looks like he's really struggling. Ten Hag has apparently been warned that, you know, if he doesn't beat Southampton, Saha reckons he could get sacked. I don't think that's quite the case. Cristiano Ronaldo was told Kylian Mbappe that he'll do very well at Real Madrid and tipped him and actually Yalmao to potentially win the Ballon d'Or, and also said Bellingham and Haaland. I wonder where Haaland goes after City, people. Unfortunately for us Arsenal fans, on the international break, Martin Odegaard suffered an injury, people, an apparent ankle issue, people, which is an issue there. I covered that on the main channel, so go and check that out. Apparently, he could be out for up to a month, according to John Cross of the Mirror. Arsenal have been dealt a blow in that, you know, the referees are coming out to defend Chris Carvajal over his stupid decision on sending off Declan Rice. I'm not going to get into that. Boy, Jarrod Gillett has been announced as the referee for the North London derby, which again, we've seen him make several BS calls against our football club, and I'm sure Brighton as well. It just gets better and better. We've been told that owing to a kit clash, our home shirt, our red shirt, we can't wear that at Spurs' ground. And likewise, when Spurs come to the Emirates, they can't change. They have to change theirs. This woke nonsense is getting out of hand. Apparently, Premier League Rule M22 states clubs shall wear a strip that differs visibly from and contrasts with one another. I know we've got white socks and shorts, but come on now. And we probably could wear red, which they've actually rejected. And it'll be the first time in modern history that Arsenal will change their colours in the North London derby. What is going on? Absolute nonsense. Arsenal have been linked with Eze, people. As you lot know, Charles Watts spoke about this and said he was surprised nobody went for him. And also the chairman of Crystal Palace, Steve Parish, shared that. And apparently Arsenal are still on the case. Manchester United are allegedly monitoring him for a move next summer. And Liverpool are also considering him if Mohamed Salah doesn't sign a new deal at the club. Victor Moses, big him up, he's almost a forgotten man. He's rocked up at Luton Town. Speaking of Chelsea, or keeping up the theme with Chelsea are in talks to sell Fofana to AEK Athens. So that will help them balance the books. As you would have known, Memphis Depay signed a 2-year deal at Corinthians after leaving Atletico Madrid. Anthony Martial and Rabiot are still not at football clubs, people. What do you lot make of that? Let me know, as well as subscribing. Apparently, there's no plan for Chelsea to relocate to a new stadium on the former Earls Court Exhibition Centre site, according to the company managing a multi-billion-pound redevelopment project on the land. And I mean, Chelsea, there's plenty to talk about on the recruitment front. You know, one minute you're hearing the co-owners are having a bit of a squabble, and I'm sure for years they've probably needed to upgrade Stamford Bridge or move on from Stamford Bridge. You would have seen Andy McGann looks set owing to his relationship with Carlo Ancelotti's son to go from Stockport County to Real Madrid. It's been unfortunate. The 38-year-old people has been denied a work permit. How harsh is that? I hope he's able to get around that, man, because that's a dream move, you know, to learn from Carlo Ancelotti, to be surrounded by those however many players at Real Madrid, and respectfully to Stockport to Real Madrid's a madness. It's a shame, man, if that's the case. A criminal trial has been ordered in France for 6 people close to Paul Pogba, including his brother. The midfielder was held captive in an apartment by hooded men armed with an assault rifle in on the 19th of March, 2022. The criminals alleged forced him to hand over money and sign business contracts. Damn, you can't trust family. It's crazy out here, isn't it, really? Newcastle are expected to make a new attempt to sign Mert Guehi when the transfer window opens, although that will depend on whether Crystal Palace are willing to reduce their asking price of more than 70 million. Surely not going to reduce it in January. If anything, him and Eze will move on next summer or the summer of 2025. Apparently, Juventus are in talks with Vlahovic for a contract extension. The Italian club would like the player to lower his salary. If I lower my salary, there's got to be IOUs, really. I'm not lowering my salary for anything, but boy, I wonder what's going on there. I think Aston Villa's sporting director is capping, but allegedly Aston Villa rejected 40 offers for Colombia striker Thuram during the summer transfer window. I think he can be a very good forward, if I'm honest, one day. Pardon me, we mentioned Chelsea. In the civil war for Chelsea, Clear Lake Capital are backed by a 90 billion fund they control, as well as personal billions of Iqbali and Felicano. I can't pronounce that, but forgive me for that. Christian Romero had interest from PSG, Real Madrid, and Manchester United. Spurs were adamant they wouldn't sell him, but he'll have offers again next summer with 2 years left on his deal. I mean, if you want to win trophies, you know what club you need to depart, people. So yeah, man, that seems to be all the news up to date at this moment in time. Make sure you're following across both channels. Any news, talking points, or anything worthy, rest assured I'll get videos out for you lot. But on that note, you lot stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.